In London in September of 2005, 22-year-old Clare Bernal was murdered by her stalker, Michael Pech, at Harvey Nichols department store. With just 10 minutes left in her shift, Michael Pech, a former security guard who had been stalking her for months, emerged from the shadows and raised a gun to the back of her head in front of customers and staff, forever changing lives and exposing critical failures in the UK's approach to stalking cases. This story is a landmark UK case that sparked major lasting reforms in how police assess stalking risks and transform how society views and responds to stalking behavior. You're listening to Lurking in the Shadows. Hello, Shadows.
Hello, everybody.
I am Kirsten.
And I am Amber.
And we are your hosts.
Hell yeah. Damn Skippy.
If you're new. Well, like always, we had a heck of a time getting set up here.
Always trying new things, I think. One day we'll settle on something that works.
Well, I meant our setup. We struggled.
Yeah. But this is our first time like this, isn't it?
With the green screen?
Yeah.
No, we've had 2 other episodes, I think, with it now.
Like that?
Or we have at least one, don't we?
No, I thought we messed up so we couldn't get it inverted. And had to wait for Steph to get home, and we had already recorded by then.
Oh, maybe this is the first one then.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Maybe. I really do think it is.
Okay, well, if you like our new background, let us know.
Yeah, hopefully this worked out. Because it was a hell of a time getting it.
It was.
I can't even say it's as perfect, but we're working on it still.
Yeah, we're still working on it. We're trying to improve our look here.
Yeah, look a little more professional.
Yeah.
Like a gold dip turd.
That works. We are turds.
Yep. Welcome to the Turd Show.
So I think this is our first stalker case we've done.
Yeah, and this sounds quite interesting.
Yeah.
Actually.
I know we've discussed doing a stalker true crime in a dime. So if this case
intrigues you,
yeah, and if you want to hear more stalker type cases, let us know.
Yes.
It won't be the next true crime or dime. We already have some plan for that one, but maybe the following.
Yeah.
Let us
know.
We're
always looking for themes, actually.
Yes. Please leave a comment.
Yeah. Let us know.
All right. So Clare Bernal was born in July of 1983 in Groombridge, United Kingdom, to parents it's Patricia, but she goes by Tricia, and Martin Bernal. She grew up in a loving and supportive household. She was very creative from a young age and loved makeup. She would sit for hours practicing putting on makeup in front of a mirror, even as a little girl. From the age of 12, Clare demonstrated an exceptional talent for makeup artistry, and her mom, Tricia, said Clare was much better at it than she was. Her cousin would later recall Clare's impressive portfolio of makeup creations, describing her work as phenomenal.
Oh.
So she was very talented. This natural gift, combined with her gentle demeanor and genuine passion for helping others feel beautiful, made her the perfect candidate for a job in the beauty industry later on. Clare Bernal attended high school at St. Gregory's Roman Catholic Comprehensive School in Tunbridge Wells. After graduation, she enrolled in West Kent College, choosing to study beauty therapy. When she discovered a job opening for a beauty consultant at Harvey Nichols in London, a luxurious department store known for its high-end clientele, she didn't hesitate to apply.
Let's go. High-end.
Yeah.
Yeah, money.
And, right out of college, getting a high-end job like that.
Hell yeah.
Her best friend, Adam Ward, accompanied her on the train journey to London for her interview, where she reviewed her handwritten notes and asked him to quiz her over and over on the train ride, because she really wanted that job.
That's awesome.
Adam said Clare always looked flawless, but never overly made up. She had a real talent for making her appearance look effortless, but perfect at the same time.
I have to look her up then.
Well, I'll show
do
you
it
now.
Yeah, and show me this flawless, beautiful queen.
She is.
My goodness, how beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Her smile.
I know.
She's beautiful.
She is. And then we're going to get into what happens.
I know. I don't know all the details, but I just already know it's really sad.
Adam said Clare had a lot of self-doubt after the interview, and she was unsure of herself, but Clare's preparation paid off, and she landed the job in one of London's most prestigious retail establishments.
That's awesome.
Yep, she got it.
Yeah.
First try. This job opportunity not only gave her the chance to begin her career, but it was also Claire's chance to sort of like, leave home and embrace her independence for the first time.
Yeah.
She moved to Dulwich Village in southeast London, sharing a flat with 2 other Harvey Nichols employees. So this living arrangement was perfect for her to experience some independence while also living with people who understood the demands of working in luxury retail. So she's living with 2 of her coworkers. But she still spoke to her mom on the phone almost every day. She was very respected by her coworkers, and her skills did not go unnoticed. She was very happy with her job and very proud of where she worked because Harvey Nichols was one of the most prestigious places to work. Her mission was to help every woman who sat at her counter feel beautiful and confident. So it's kind of like a department store. Like, do you know, like the Clinique counter and those kinds of things?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was picturing, yeah.
According to an article written by Crime Desk, Claire was described by those that knew her as a, quote, uniquely gentle soul, someone who never spoke ill of others even when they disappointed her. Her natural beauty was matched by her humility. She remained charmingly unaware of the attention she attracted, maintaining a sweet and unpretentious nature that endeared her to everyone she met, end quote.
Oh. So yeah, she sounds like she was born to just, for one, be in the beauty industry, but also work with customers type of thing.
Yeah. She's very good with people and just very nice.
Yeah.
And that sweet nature would unfortunately attract a dark cloud that would rain down on her chance at a successful life.
Yeah, a fucking man.
Yeah. One day at work in November of 2004, Claire was approached at her counter by one of the store's security guards, 30-year-old Michael Pech. Claire had told her cousin that there was a man at work that had casually been pursuing her, but her cousin wasn't surprised because men were always pursuing Claire. He was a good-looking guy and said nice things to her, and she felt very flattered, so she agreed to go out on a date with him in January of 2005. So he had been kind of pursuing her for like 2 months. Her cousin said Claire was very unaware of her beauty and would not even notice heads turn when they would walk down the street together. And her poor cousin was even like, they weren't looking at me. Because I watched on Prime, there's an episode on her on Murdered by My Stalker.
Oh, okay.
That show.
Yeah.
Her best friend Adam also said she wasn't very confident and would be the last person to realize when a guy was interested in her. So she was just, even though she was very pretty, like, it didn't go to her head. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's just a very humble person. Yeah. Michael Pech had dual citizenship in both the Czech Republic and Slovakia and had once served in the Slovakian army before being discharged. He later found employment as a security guard at the U.S. Embassy, eventually relocating to North London about 2 years prior to this. He started working as a security guard at Harvey Nichols not long before Claire began working there. Pech was older than Claire, because she's 22, he's 30, and going through a divorce. Claire's mom stated it wasn't an ideal situation for her young daughter to be, dating a divorcing man. But Claire was very flattered by Michael's attention, but she wasn't taking it too seriously since they didn't know each other very well yet. But Michael was already head over heels. Soon after their first date, Michael became clingy, possessive, and controlling. This is after one date. Like, she's not your girlfriend because you went on a date. She was your date.
One of those, yep.
Yes.
Right, dig those claws in right away.
Like, one date does not make someone your girlfriend. No. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He didn't want her to see friends or family and would get jealous easily.
Oh, backhand. Like, literally.
Claire told her mom she was feeling suffocated, and this was after just one date.
Jesus.
They did go on 2 more dates, so their dating lasted 3 weeks. Over a period of 3 weeks, they went on 3 dates.
Well, I feel bad because she probably felt so pressured into it.
She probably did.
Yeah, she probably did not. If she's talking like that after the first one, you can't tell me the next 2 were like, hell yeah, let's go on this date.
But Claire was already feeling fed up. Her cousin reported Michael had told Claire he loved her after their 3rd date.
I'm going to be sick.
This is 3 dates in 3 weeks and you love her.
3 hours of somebody's time and you're like, yep.
While going through a divorce.
Yeah. Wow.
In January of 2005, Michael was returning back to the UK after visiting family in Slovakia and called Claire to demand she pick him up at the airport.
You ain't demanding shit.
Right? out of here. Claire's mom said Claire wasn't happy because it was 5 in the morning, but she did it anyway because she likes to please people. And honestly, she was probably also afraid of what would happen if she didn't pick him up.
Probably.
You know?
I'm guilty
She's
being
probably like, I just have to do it, Mom. Like, this, I just have to do it.
Yeah. And also, like, I'm guilty of being a people pleaser.
Me too.
And, like, to sit here and think about the repercussions of, like, if you told him no, and then that fight that would happen later. Yeah, would give me anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because clearly he's, not fully stable.
No, he's got to have some kind of a temper, and if he's demanding and
after
things.
one date and all that.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It is.
He insisted he needed to stay over at her apartment that night, and he wouldn't leave. She told him he couldn't stay and walked him to the train station, but he refused to get on the train when it arrived.
All right, you big baby, then sleep at the train station.
Well, she's like, you can do what you want, but I'm going home. And she told him their relationship is over.
Good. Good for her.
Mm-hmm. He proceeded to call her 20 times that day, but she didn't answer.
Good.
He sat outside her apartment for 2 hours and still didn't budge even when Claire's roommates told him to leave.
That's disgusting.
Eventually he did leave, and this is when the stalking begins.
He probably had the attitude of, like, you're not going to tell me.
Right, you're not going to tell me no.
Yeah. That's
like,
disgusting.
Who do you think you are? You're not going to tell me no.
That's icky.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
That's exactly how this guy is, yeah. Claire still feels like she cannot get away from Pech because, unfortunately, they still work together.
Shit.
He's a security guard at her job.
Shit.
She could feel him watching her at times, and he would even use mirrors to watch her secretly.
Shut your mouth right now. This is above and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Mirrors?
Mirrors.
Excuse me?
To secretly spy on her.
Squeeze me?
While at work.
Could you imagine just turning the corner and you see somebody with a mirror?
I know, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Wow.
I mean, but he's a security guard, so maybe you think, maybe he's looking for someone that's trying to steal something or something. Maybe he was able to play it off. He would use that as an
excuse if you'd call him out on it. He'd be like, I thought someone pocketed something over there. Yeah.
He would watch her from the moment she arrived at work until she left. Not long after she broke things off with him, he approached her at her counter at work and insisted she take him back, but she tried to ignore him. He tried to involve other co-workers to speak to her for him. They would tell her, just talk to him, he just wants to be your friend.
Ew, co-workers, ew.
Claire briefly talked to him and told him to stop what he's doing, but this unfortunately made things worse. At the end of her shift, Claire collected her belongings to head home, and Michael followed her. He walked up behind her and grabbed her shoulder. He told her he loved her, and he said, you love me too.
I
know. Claire told him she does not love him.
Good.
And he said, yes, you do, you stupid little girl.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. I don't know where this guy's perspective is coming from.
I don't know either, because I didn't really read a lot of background on, like, previous relationships. Like, I didn't really find anything about that other than he was getting divorced. But, like, was he always like this?
Well, because I think he's not only being controlling, but to make that little comment to me is
like very talking down on her.
Yes, like that's that next level of, like, I don't know, like he's getting divorced and, like, there is an age gap, so I'm like, is he, like, sitting here in his head, like, preying on a little girl, like, mentally too, like that she's not.
Yeah, and I don't know how old his wife is that he's getting divorced from. Like, was there a big age gap there too?
Yeah.
Claire does make it back to her apartment that night without further incident. She was both scared and embarrassed by the situation and the attention, but she didn't feel like she could report him because he didn't physically hurt her. She really only tells her mom and her cousin about Pech's behavior, and then her roommates knew too. But she didn't even tell her best friend Adam, who went to the interview with her. Oh. She was just embarrassed by it, that she misjudged his character and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it would be like, man, look, I dated this crazy guy. Like, why did I do that? Type, Yeah.
You blame embarrassed yourself. By a mistake that,
Claire begins feeling distracted at work and like she's constantly being watched. She was always afraid he would be outside waiting for her. She began not sleeping well, she was getting eye infections, and she even started getting in trouble at work for being late or not concentrating. Which, that's not her fault. Like,
and it's really sad, though, because she's building such a career for
yeah,
herself.
and she loves her job.
Yes.
And this fucktard is
this fucking
getting in the
douche
way
canoe,
of it.
slime ball McGee over there.
Pech began to follow Claire everywhere she went, whether it be work, on the train, or to her home, anywhere.
God,
he followed her.
He gonna follow this fist to his face.
No.
He gonna follow this foot to his ass. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, Red Foreman. When he would follow her to her apartment, he would just sit outside.
It's so creepy and icky.
It is.
Yes.
Like, he has to be there. He has to know what she's doing at all times. Pech then began bombarding her phone with calls and texts professing his love for her. He would text her up to 50 times a day, and in some of the texts he would word it in a way like they were still dating.
He's delusional.
He is.
Hey, Delulu.
He would leave voicemails, creating scenarios like fake anniversaries.
Oh my God.
And one of them said, "If I can't have you, no one will."
Oh my God. That's it. That's the time. That's when.
Yeah. He just admitted it.
Yeah.
Like, he's telling her.
Like, yeah, that's...
Like, this is it.
Read
it's
between
me
the lines.
and you forever.
Yeah.
It's me or no one.
Yeah.
Claire changed her phone number, but he still somehow managed to find her new number and continued to harass her.
No.
That is horrifying.
That is.
That you literally cannot get away from someone that's stalking you.
No matter what.
And especially, like, with being such a digital age. Like, someone, he could send you a friend request, and it could just be, like, a fake profile of them trying to stalk you. In that way, too.
Yeah.
I had an ex do that to me.
Ew. Oh, yeah.
Created a fake Facebook profile to keep an eye on my new relationship I was in.
Yes. That's crazy. People will go fucking
And it was a female. He pretended he was, and he was messaging my boyfriend at the time.
Yes.
Trying to see if he would cheat on me.
Yep.
It was fucking crazy.
People are fucking crazy.
Yeah. On March 30th, 2005, Claire saw Pech at the train station. She began to run down the platform, but he chased after her, onto the train, and sat directly across from her.
Oh my God.
So it's like, what do? You're in this public place.
Stuck.
This man's just, you're staring right at him. And, like, I can't even, like, picture this from his standpoint. Like, don't you feel weird that you are pursuing this person who doesn't want to be near you?
Yeah. Does not want you. Totally is icked out by you, wants nothing to do with you.
Like, how do you just totally disregard that and continue to do it?
Because that's, like, his wants and needs outweigh anything else.
Yeah. Psycho.
It is.
Claire told him to leave her alone and that she would report him if he didn't. So he got in her face and said, "If you report me, I'll kill you."
I mean, he's already thinking about it at this point. He really is.
And, like, poor... I feel so bad for her.
What is she supposed to do? What is she supposed to fucking do?
Now he's telling you he's going to kill you if you do it.
In a public place, nonetheless.
Yes,
okay?
They are on a train.
Ballsy.
Yes.
Okay?
She called her mom after this crying, but neither of them ever thought he would actually go through with that threat. And they were also afraid that reporting him would make the situation worse.
Yeah.
And I can't blame them.
No.
I mean, I'd be thinking that too.
Yep.
Claire's roommates and coworkers had enough of Pech's behavior, and they reported him to their boss, who moved him to a different department. Unfortunately, this didn't make a difference, and he continued to harass Claire. Unless Claire reported him to the police, all Harvey Nichols could do was suspend Pech, which they did do for a short time.
They're just doing something.
Yeah. Then one night at work, Pech just casually asked a coworker, "What is the sentence for murder in Great Britain?" Just casually asked one of his coworkers that.
Yeah, no red flags here.
The head of security at Harvey Nichols was informed of this, and he convinced Claire to go to the police finally.
Good. Yeah, my goodness.
Because he's like, "There's not much I can do. Please go to the police." Like, something's going on here.
Yeah.
They interviewed Claire, and she told them about how she had to change her phone number due to his harassment and that he threatened to kill her. Police worked with Harvey Nichols and had them call Pech into work, where police were waiting to arrest him, and he was fired on the spot.
Good.
Claire watched as he was arrested and told her mom that he looked very angry, and she began to feel guilty for reporting him. She didn't want him to get into trouble. She just wanted him to leave her alone. That was all she wanted.
She's a nice person.
She is. At the police station, Pech told police he had ended the relationship, and Claire was the one who couldn't move on.
Oh, but what? What the? That's what the?
I know, it's like no words to this piece of absolute dog shit on the bottom of my shoe.
Yeah. That is like the ultimate definition of gaslighting.
Yeah.
Literally.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah. Because there was no physical evidence, he was released, but police gave him a UK non-molestation order, which is a civil junction that protects victims of domestic abuse by prohibiting violent, harassing, or abusive behavior, including communication. So he was not allowed to have any contact with Claire. But again, that's just a fucking piece of paper.
There's a piece of fucking paper, yeah.
This still didn't make Claire nor her roommates feel safe, so they all decided to move to a new flat. In the process of moving things out, Claire saw Pech on her doorstep. So she's up there packing, and he's laying down
and there he is. Yep.
He was just smiling up at her as she was packing. The police were called, but he had already fled the area by the time they arrived, because he's not allowed to be there.
He's not. No, technically they can arrest him.
Mm-hmm. On April 10, 2005, just 4 days after Pech was arrested, he was lurking outside of Claire's new apartment. He knew where she moved to.
I knew that son of a bitch would know.
Yeah, he was going to be hiding, lurking in the shadows somewhere.
That's right.
Watching her as she moved to this new place.
Mm-hmm.
So he had already found her, so Claire called police again. Claire joined the police as they drove around searching for him, and she pointed out he was in her doorway when they returned.
Oh my god, this is so scary.
Mm-hmm. So police arrested him again, and he smiled at Claire as police handcuffed him.
He's gotten to a different psychopath level.
Yeah, he's like, I don't even care that I'm getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Smiling as he's being handcuffed. He spent 8 days in police custody. At this point, Claire and her mom are now afraid he may actually carry out his threats, because he clearly is not worried about getting into trouble with the law.
He's
like,
not
he
right
thinks
in the
he's
head.
above the law.
And it's not okay upstairs.
No, it's not. I don't know what happened in his divorce that made him
snap something. But yeah.
Claire's cousin is quoted saying, "He is batshit crazy, and he is dangerous, and he is unstable, and he is obsessed."
Yeah.
Quote.
Yeah.
He's all of that, yep.
That he's all, yep.
Pech was charged with threatening to kill Claire and released on bond while awaiting trial. He disappeared after this. No one had seen him for a few weeks, and life began starting to feel normal again. In July of 2005, Claire and her mom took a trip to Italy for Claire's 22nd birthday to get away as a mother and daughter trip. They spent 5 days in Florence and had an amazing, carefree trip. But while they were enjoying their vacation, Pech went back to Slovakia, where he spent time at a firing range, obtained a firearm license, and registered a handgun with Slovakian authorities.
Yeah. Because I don't know. I was wondering how he got a gun from the beginning when you said what happened. But then you also said he was a security guard, so I was like, well, maybe the laws there, like,
are different.
Yeah, with when you have some kind of semi-position of authority that, you can carry. But, yeah, okay.
So he didn't just disappear. He's training.
Yeah.
On July 20th, 2005, Pech returned to England with his new handgun. He somehow made it through Border Patrol, despite the fact that he had a weapon and attempted murder charge.
Jesus Christ.
Got through Border Patrol. They didn't know he had a gun.
It's crazy.
On August 31st, 2005, Pech stood trial. Prosecutors encouraged Claire to drop the threat charges, arguing they would be difficult to prove in court.
Suck my big toe.
Yeah, they were pressuring her to just drop the charges, because you can't prove anything. I mean, there's text messages, there's voicemails.
Witnesses.
But before they even could get very far, Pech changed his plea to guilty at the last minute. So there was no longer a need for a trial, and Claire would now not have to face him in court.
Okay.
Claire was relieved to hear this and thought the ordeal was finally over. But Pech was allowed to walk free until sentencing.
Yeah, that...
Like,
See?
what the fuck?
I know. They should be...
People should be held. Because this kind of stuff can happen.
Especially for a violent crime.
He pled guilty. He said, I did this.
Yeah.
Why are you letting him go?
Yes.
On September 13th, 2005, Claire was having a normal day working the beauty counter at Harvey Nichols. It was around 7:45 p.m. and they closed at 8, so there were only a few customers left in the store before employees would begin closing up. Because of everything that had happened, store security were told to keep a watch out for Pech. Unfortunately, he made his way through a side entrance that evening. A co-worker saw the silhouette of a man, but before even realizing who it was, Pech walked up behind Claire and shot her in the back of the head.
Oh.
She fell down and he proceeded to shoot her 3 more times in the face.
Jesus Christ.
While he was high on cocaine.
Jesus Christ. This is... Wow.
He then fired a shot into the ceiling, horrifying everyone and all the customers inside that were around him before turning the gun on himself. Fucking coward.
Wow. That is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
He took that beautiful little human.
He did. And Claire sadly died at the scene. As well as that piece of shit. Claire's mom, Tricia, was out with friends that night, celebrating a birthday, and had gotten home around midnight. Around 3 a.m., she heard a loud bang on the door and saw 2 police officers standing at her door. They told her Claire had been shot, and her mom instantly knew it was Pech. I just got chills.
Yeah. Of course, who the fuck else would it be?
Yep. Pech also died from his self-inflicted gunshot wound, so there was no one to pay for Claire's murder.
No, that's it. He closed that book himself.
He literally told her, if I can't have you, no one will.
Yeah.
And he meant it.
Oh, but we should drop those charges.
Yep. The system meant to protect Claire let her down by letting this man go free more than once. Claire did everything right. She tried to enter a relationship early, she reported to employers, and she called the police twice and filed police reports. But he still got her. Pech violated bail conditions and ignored restraining orders with minimal consequences. And here we are. An inquest into Claire's death was held in 2007 after claims of systemic failures by the police, legal authorities, and British Customs. Clare Bernal's mother also had concerns that the police may have overlooked vital evidence about the state of her daughter's killer, or state of mind of her daughter's killer, and the authorities have been negligent in failing to stop him from importing a handgun. I still don't understand how that happened. Yeah. Strangely, Clare Bernal's father, who was divorced from Claire's mom, disputed Tricia's claims, saying he did not believe there was anything more the authorities could have done to prevent Pech from walking into that store and killing his daughter. Okay. Excuse me?
Yeah, okay.
How involved are you even in your daughter's life, sir?
Anyway.
Fuck out of here. The Westminster coroner, Paul Natman, ruled that police could not have reasonably foreseen the killing of Clare Bernal. Paul Natman said he would be writing to the police to suggest an award for the investigating officer involved in the case, Woman Police Constable B.B. Shaw.
Okay.
So they did nothing wrong. Instead, you should give them an award.
Yeah, I'm sick.
Like, why does this happen in so many cases?
So many cases. Yeah.
Like, this is not the first time we've said something like that.
No, it's disgusting.
Natman said there had been shortcomings, but that was not surprising in the light of so many complex procedures, adding that what had happened, quote, could not have been reasonably foreseen. In this case, we do not need a scapegoat, end quote.
Okay. I'm not saying we need a scapegoat. I want some accountability.
Right. Like, what are we going to do to prevent this from freaking happening again?
Yeah. Because the damage is done.
Yeah.
And somebody done fucked up.
And the police didn't do enough.
Exactly.
They didn't hold him when they should have. They just kept releasing him. Tricia began looking into other stalking cases and realized she was not alone. She began communicating with 2 other mothers who also lost their daughters to stalking.
Oh, so sad.
They started the charity Protection Against Stalking to raise awareness of the dangers of stalking and be involved in training. They also launched the Family Justice Center, a group dedicated to supporting survivors and lobbying for reform. They lobbied to the Prime Minister at the time and told their stories. It paid off because in 2012, after years of campaigning, stalking was officially classified as a criminal offense in the UK.
Good.
Took until 2012.
Yeah, that's disgusting. We were graduating.
Yep. Trisha's biggest advice if you find yourself in a similar situation is to always report it to police. So I'm going to go into, well, that's the horrible story of Clare Bernal.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm really sad.
Like, stalking's terrifying.
That is really scary because she fucking died for somebody who she literally probably couldn't give a fucking lick about.
Like, literally went on 3 dates with him. Like, it's not like they dated for 3 years.
Nope.
3 dates.
She probably didn't even care when that man's birthday was.
No.
Didn't care. Nothing.
They were not even boyfriend and girlfriend.
Nope. And then he did that to her. Took her.
Yeah. And she spent the last year of her life terrified.
Yeah.
Not able to sleep.
Selfish ass.
Yeah, piece of fucking shit. Rest in distress, you dumbass, hoe ass bitch.
Yeah.
So what is stalking? While legal definitions of stalking vary between jurisdictions, a good working definition of stalking is a pattern of behavior directed at a specific person that would cause a reasonable person to fear for their safety or the safety of others, or suffer substantial emotional distress. Stalkers use many tactics, including making unwanted phone calls, approaching the victim or showing up in places when the victim does not want them to, following and watching the victim, sending unwanted texts, photos, emails, and messages through social media, sending unwanted gifts, and using technology to monitor, track, and/or spy on the victim. So now I'm going to go into some scary statistics. Approximately 13.5 million people are stalked annually in the U.S. alone, with nearly 1 in 3 women and 1 in 6 men experiencing stalking in their lifetime. Victims are usually stalked by someone they know. 40% are intimate partners, 42% are just acquaintances, with the highest rates occurring between ages of 18 to 24. Around 3.4 to 5.9 million U.S. adults are stalked in a 12-month period. The average stalking case lasts 1 to 2 years, with 11% lasting more than 5 years.
Jesus.
That's a long time.
That is.
Almost half of stalking victims experience at least one unwanted contact per week. 69% of female and 80% of male stalking victims were threatened with physical harm. 46% of stalking victims fear not knowing what will happen next. 29% of stalking victims fear it will never stop. 1 in 8 employed stalking victims lose time from work as a result of their victimization, and more than half lose 5 days of work or more. 1 in 7 stalking victims move as a result of their victimization. Stalking victims suffer much higher rates of depression, anxiety, insomnia, and social dysfunction than people in the general population. 2 out of 3 stalkers pursue their victims at least once per week, many daily, using more than one method. 78% of stalkers use more than one tactic. Weapons are used to harm or threaten victims in 1 out of 5 cases. Almost 1 in 3 stalkers have stalked before. So there's a pattern there. Intimate partner stalkers are the most likely stalkers to approach, threaten, and harm their victims. Stalking is a crime under the law of the 50 states, District of Columbia, U.S. territories, and federal government, but fewer than 1/3 of states classify stalking as a felony in all circumstances, including on the first offense.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
There's not nearly enough legislation.
No, that does not surprise me, though.
And more than half of states classify stalking as a felony upon the second or subsequent offense, or when the crime involves aggravating factors. And aggravating factors may include possession of a deadly weapon, violation of a court order or condition of probation or parole, a victim under 16 years of age, or the same victim as prior occasions. So even for just half of states, it's not even a felony until the second offense.
Yep, that's...
So if they stalk you, slap on the wrist, leave them alone.
Yeah.
And then you're dead.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
And then you're dead.
Then you're dead.
So the U.S., the UK is ahead of us as far as stalking laws go. We have nothing, pretty much.
Yeah. No, because, and I know it happens to men too, but fuck us.
And it's like a state by state thing, and it should not. It should be a federal law.
The federal government does not care about anything.
No, that is disgustingly true. Something very disappointing I also learned in my research is there is no set national helpline for stalking. For suicide, there's the 988 number. There's nothing for stalking. There is a Stalking Prevention Awareness and Resource Center known as SPARK, but their website says, quote, Spark does not directly work with stalking victims. If you are a victim or survivor of stalking, we recommend connecting with a local victim service provider who can help you plan for your safety, discuss legal options, and connect you with additional services, end quote. That is on the Stalking Prevention Awareness and Resource Center website.
That's disgusting. They treat this as if, like, and I'm not saying this is bad, like, no bad against this, but they treat it like it's AA. Like, oh, just find your local help for your problem you have.
Yeah, call the police, good luck.
Yeah, really. Jesus.
The Office for Victims of Crime website says, quote, if you need help locating a victim service provider in your area, contact the VictimConnect Helpline by phone or text at 855-484-2846. So I'll put that phone number in our show notes. It seems like they can help you find services in your area. But if you're a victim of stalking, the best thing to do is to contact your local police.
Yeah, the non-emergency number.
Yeah, which is very unfortunate.
It is. And if you are struggling with anything like that, please don't hesitate.
Yeah, like, as you can see, like, there's a high chance it will escalate. So please, like, get yourself help to help you out of, like, a situation like that.
Yeah, because I can't imagine, like, even she was embarrassed.
Yeah, she was embarrassed. And don't be embarrassed.
You know?
Who the fuck cares what happens to that person?
Yeah, fuck them.
Tattle on them.
Fuck that hoe.
Report them.
Yeah. They ain't shit.
Yeah. If they're gonna do something like that, they're not worth anybody's time. We need them locked up and out.
Stop tiptoeing around everybody else's feelings. That's what I tell people all the time at work and stuff. Stop tiptoeing around everybody else's feelings.
And like Crime Junkie says, be weird, be rude, stay alive.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if they see you're being mean or something, just do it.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Report them.
They're making you feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So that is our little case on stalking.
Yeah.
It's scary stuff.
Scary, creepy, disgusting stuff. Yeah. That's kind of a little change up for us, though.
It is, yeah.
We
haven't done one yet. Yeah, if you would like us to cover some more stalking cases, let us know.
Yeah, or if you have any case like that, any suggestions. Yeah, send them in. So. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and check us out on all of our other social medias.
Please subscribe to our channel if you have not already. Hit the bell to be notified of future uploads and keep looking around for our next video. Bye!